Well, that was a fun little wintry mix we had this morning. Hey, good morning. I'm meteorologist Ben Peine. It's Ben at 10. It's your daily weather show here, Monday through Friday. We are live from the Extol Media Studios in Uptown, New Albany. And thankfully, that little mess, kind of slushy mess we had this morning is already kicking out of here. And actually, I'm seeing a peak of blue sky right now through the weather window, 10,000. And I think you're going to like this afternoon as we clear it out. Sunshine returns to the area, and we're talking probably around 50 degrees for a high today, pretty near normal. Light north breeze at around 5 to 10. We got 60s on tap for tomorrow and Saturday. And then maybe another little wintry mix late Sunday and into Monday. Next week looks a little bit wild as we kick off March with some chilly conditions and that wintry mix Monday. And then by the end of the week, we could be pushing 70s, maybe near 80 degrees. So two different climates, it looks like, for next week. So we've got plenty to talk about here as usual on the show. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube or online at extolmag.com/weather, thanks for the like or the share or the follow or the subscribe. So appreciate you guys here tuning in. If you have any weather questions, drop them in the comments. Don't be shy. Even if it's just a good morning, we like to bring up those comments and say hello. Here's a look at what we're looking at here so far. Again, that little wintry mix is starting to move out. Southern Indiana now dry as we see just leftover clouds, but the clouds are breaking apart as well. And then we have some leftover rain and some snowflakes over northeastern Kentucky. That rain mainly along and south of Interstate 64 in Kentucky, and it will be zipping out of here as well. And it will be a distant memory here very, very shortly. And then we're quiet for a couple days. Look out west. There is nothing but sunshine and blue skies out towards the western United States. Just this one little system over the southeast, and that just moved through our area. Some of you surprised by a little bit of the snowflakes mixing in, but we did mention that was likely last couple days. And here's a look at what I had in my backyard. There you can see that light kind of coating of some sleet and a little bit of snow. And it will not, I see a little snow on the rooftops here in New Albany as well, but it won't take much time at all, and that will all just melt off. And thankfully, this is all falling with above freezing temperatures, so really minimal impacts on the roadways. If you're new to the program, I'd like to give you the forecast conditions, the current conditions, I should say, and a look at the quick forecast right off the bat here on the show. We'll look at some comments, join the conversation, and then we'll take a deeper dive into the forecast. We got your weather jokes, your weather history, your weather countdown, 7-day forecast coming up through about 10:20. Then we'll take a longer dive into the weather models and take a look at the long-range forecast and probably take a look at in the mid-March here with our Ben on a Limb segment. So plenty, again, to cover here this morning. And this is kind of a sneak peek of our Monday morning, showing the GFS and the European weather model, both showing that chance of some mixed precipitation. So kind of like this morning, I could see that happening for late Sunday and into early Monday. So our weather headlines here are improving: dry, sunshine, lower 50s for this afternoon, and then lower 60s tomorrow and low to mid 60s on Saturday. Slight sprinkle chance late Saturday, but a lot of our weekend will be dry. I think late Sunday, that little wintry mix could start to develop late afternoon into the evening time, and that will continue into Monday. There could be some minor accumulations, but I think our winter weather impacts will be minimal with mostly above freezing temperatures into Monday. But something to watch there, and of course, fine-tune that forecast over the next couple of days. And then some very warm weather. I think the warmest of the year so far, heading back our way late next week. So probably the warmest since, I don't know, maybe last October. We will see about that. So we got a good morning here from Emmanuel. Thanks for tuning in here this morning. Orlean Whitlow. It's already starting to clear up, and 41 there in Hodgenville. Not too bad. Hey, we'll do the camera number 2. Big happy cheers to you all on a happy Friday Eve. February the 26th. Beverly Hagist, good morning from Borden, Indiana. And Tim Furnace woke up, saw the snow, went back to bed, just like the groundhog. There you go. That stupid groundhog, not treating us very well. Hey, Dennis Gregory, happy good morning from Bedford. A little sleet, but gone now. Yes, indeed. Lillian Lassie with 40 degrees at the house. Good morning to John Fox there in the Highview area. Got the snow there in LaGrange. Yes, indeed. Probably mostly just rain for you, John. I saw Louisville was getting just rain reports for the most part. Judy saying that the winter is not giving up. Old man winter taking a little bit of a visit here. And we got Perry Porter with the coffee this morning and ready to go. Joseph Benningfield with 37 degrees in Lebanon, Kentucky. Thank you for that report there. And still some rain there as well in Lebanon and Marion County. Beautiful Marion County, Kentucky. Carol Payne made for a sloppy mess at the bus stop this morning in Georgetown, Indiana. It was kind of a little slushy at times. And I saw some spring on your desk. The pansies. Oh, yeah. These are from Grantline Nursery. That is our plant of the week right there. So you can get your pansies. They're ready to plant at Grantline Nursery on Grantline Road in New Albany. Yep, there we go. Getting a little bit of a spring, a touch of spring in the office. Emmanuel said the snow tucked just under Indy. Yeah, you missed out on a little bit of our dusting here this morning. But hey, you guys, I've also got an update. No, I'm going to share. I'm going to share this in just a second. So, all right, that's my little tease. I got something else I'm going to show here in just a second. All right, let me get rid of this and add this back to the stage. Again, the little wintry mix, the rain, sleet, snow mix is starting to move out. We're going to see improving conditions with sunshine returning for this afternoon. So let me get out of this and bring up some of the current conditions, a refresh on extolmag.com/weather. I've got the brand new weather story up. We've got our live stream up. 36 degrees, our current temperature. The winds are going to be pretty light today from the north at around 5 to 10. It's going to look a whole lot better. A tale of two stories today. This morning with the wintry mix, and then beautiful this afternoon. There's the brand new 7-day forecast that does feature that Sunday, Monday wintry mix potential. I've got a little bit more about that in the brand new weather story I've posted here this morning as well. And of course, your national weather, if you're interested in what's happening, the national weather has settled down after that New England blizzard. Watched a little quick documentary about the blizzard that happened a few days ago. It was pretty cool on YouTube. Just how a guy and his family were navigating the crazy weather. There you go. The interactive map here has the system moving off to the southeast. You can plot out temperatures. You can plot out clouds, winds, futurecast. All your needs are right here. Your weather needs are right here at extolmag.com/weather. There's the visible satellite, still very cloudy over the Commonwealth, and a mixed sky in southern Indiana. Here's another interactive map that can help you out during severe weather with storm tracks. You can see our temperatures here mostly in the 30s right now with, again, that mixed precipitation moving off to the east. Again, will be a distant memory here very, very soon. And a live look outside here with the Falls of the Ohio Foundation.org camera looking towards the Louisville skyline there at mostly cloudy conditions. Look a lot better later on today. Hey, let's thank our partners, and then we'll get rocking and rolling here on a Thursday, February 26th. Clogbusters Plumbing Services throughout the Commonwealth. They've got the service vehicles and the technicians to get anywhere you need help here in Kentucky. 859-762-1214. You can also check out their beautiful website right here. In the bottom right is many different ways that you can contact them. I want to thank our partners here at Ivy Tech Community College, becoming the hub here in southern Indiana at Sellersburg. You belong here, as they say, and they're going to meet you where you are at. Maybe you're middle-aged. Maybe you're in high school. They can get you plugged in and registered. And if you want more information, you can go to their website. You can call them. You got all the information right here. Or you can get one-on-one help with their Tuesdays at the Tech, where you can register for a visit there on their campus. Lyons Roofing, Lyons. I was just texting with them a second ago. Free quotes here online at lionsroofingco.com, or you can call them 812-294-3595. They've got you covered on both sides of the river. Here's my buddy Michael Long from American Family Insurance. He's my insurance agent and my mom's. You can call him 812-578-3072. Go to amfam.com, search Michael Long. It'll take you right to this page right here. You can bundle and save. You can do a lot of different things and save like we have been doing. Also, I mentioned Grantline Nursery and the plant of the week, the pansies here. You can grab them. They've got over 100,000 annuals that they grow. They've got the roses coming in. It's going to be a run for the roses here soon at Grantline Nursery. So they're growing. They're busy for you to make your yard beautiful. They've got landscaping options too, if you'd like to learn more about that. All right. We are ready to get cooking here on a Thursday. I've seen a lot more comments popping in, so I'm going to get to those. And one last mention here. If you ever want to contact me, there you go. Ben at extolmag.com for your advertising and marketing solutions, or Jason at extolmag.com or any weather questions. Again, there's my backyard this morning with that little bit of a dusting that I showed earlier. There's our little wintry mix potential that we'll have again returning late Sunday and into Monday. More on that in just a second. And our weather headlines with lower 50s and sunshine this afternoon. Starting to see the blue sky peek through the clouds right now. And a sunny day tomorrow with low 60s. Low to mid 60s Saturday, wintry mix late Sunday into Monday, and then very, very warm late next week and into the weekend. We could be talking about some 70s, if not near 80 degrees on the way. Here it is, Tailspin Ale Fest coming up that weekend. So it might be phenomenal weather happening for the Tailspin Ale Fest. We will likely be out there. We've been out there several years. Always a great time, and good brews out there as well. Food trucks all at Bowman Field, March 7th. Join us. And get your tickets at tailspinalefest.com. And the St. Patrick's Parade the next weekend, 3 until 8 p.m. in the Highlands. It's always a big fun time there, and I'll be out there judging. I'll be one of 3 judges. Not too long after that, April 4th, Final Four weekend, Melwood Arts Center, Juicebox Heroes, the Suburbans. It's a benefit concert benefiting Jessica's Journey Foundation.com that benefits Pause for a Purpose and other organizations as well that benefit our community. And you can get sponsorships for that event if you'd like to join up and support. You can go to jessicasjourneyfoundation.com. Here's our countdown today. 10 days until the time change. Spring begins in 22 days. Thunder over Louisville in 51 days. And Derby Day in 65 days. Beverly Haggis popping on. Won't be on here tomorrow. I've got an appointment for a liver ultrasound. We all hope and pray that goes well for you. Heather Blackwell asking about what's Sunday, Monday snow looking like. I think it might be kind of like what we saw here today, Heather, where, you've got a mix of rain over much of Kentucky, maybe a little sleet mixing in, maybe a little bit of snow. I think our temperatures are mostly above freezing. There could be some minor accumulations right now. The Euro and the Canadian don't show much for us, but the GFS shows some light accumulations around early Monday. So it might be a little bit tricky Monday morning, but we've got a few days still to fine-tune that forecast for you. Again, Derby Day, 65 days. Our weather history for today, 1972, the Buffalo Creek Dam break. 3 days of rain atop snow caused a dam to break in West Virginia, and the town of Saunders destroyed the town of Saunders. 125 killed, 4,000 homeless. That is crazy. 1988, the Winter Olympics record high. Calgary Winter Olympics set a record high of 65. That's not good for your snow events. In the year 2000, Buffalo, New York had a February new record high temperature of 51. Good for them. 2007, world record 72-hour rainfall set at Crater Commerson La Reunion. I think that's an island in the Caribbean. I think they had 154 inches of rain in a few days. In 2011, this is a weird one, the tallest tree in Wales, a 124-year-old, 208-foot tall tree fell after a windstorm, had cracks, and would be carved into a giant hand. All right. And our weather jokes of the day. Leo Klingsmith, come on, man. No 80s yet. We might be threatening 80 next weekend. We'll see about that. You're very welcome, Heather. Stay tuned. We'll get some more details on that. Hey, I was going to start a diet, but I just have too much on my plate. I can kind of relate to that. I've been trying to get a little more active here. I saw a baguette in a cage at the zoo. I'm pretty sure it was bred in captivity. Boom. Someone broke into my house and stole all the fruit. I am peachless. Speechless. Peachless. And we take a moment of silence. Rest in peace. Snow Mound Marge. From January 24th, when we had the winter storm, to February 25th, 2026, Snow Mound Marge is no longer with us, but we will be checking. She is survived by Snow Mound Merle in the Meyer parking lot. And I'll try to give an update on Merle a little bit later in the day. All right, that is our moment of silence for Snow Mound Marge on Market. Our forecast here for today. Hey, Vicky saying, hey, keep that wintry mix north of the river. We are going to try to do that Sunday into Monday. But the GFS has been doing pretty good. So we'll give GFS weather model some respect on that. And hey, Orlean giving some love for the jokes from Beverly, love for the jokes from Lillian. And Orlean saying, that is good. I like the tombstone. Yeah, indeed. All right, so later today, hey, a pretty good looking day. 52 degrees, clearing and cool this afternoon. North wind at around 5 to 10, or sunset at 6:33. And tonight, normal chilly with lows in the 30s and a light southeast breeze. Thank you very much, Vicky. We had to give her some respect. She was around for a long time. Your Friday, your fantastic Friday, 35 out the door, 52 at noon, 62 for the afternoon high. So about 10 degrees above our normal high of 52 for this time of the year. Our normal low is 34. Our sunrise at 7:17 and set at 6:34. Again, just a reminder, thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, following. If you're watching the show here this morning, it helps out a lot. Got the snow there in Trimble County. Yes, indeed. We had some of that snow kind of along and north of 64, I would say, where most people saw some of that sleet and snow mixing in. And here's the 7-day forecast. We got 64 Saturday, some spring-like conditions to start the weekend, but then chillier on Sunday, 47 degrees. The model's bringing in the potential of a rain, sleet, snow mix late Sunday again, and then into Monday morning. This could provide a light accumulation. We'll kind of keep an eye on that, especially on elevated surfaces. We'll see how this develops over the next couple of days. If the weather models can agree on what's happening, of course, then the forecast becomes more confident. We become more confident in the forecast. Thank you very much, Lillian Lasley. And then some rain Tuesday. We've got a stationary front over the region. We talked about this the last couple of days. So the temperature forecast is going to be tricky early next week. Right now, it looks like we're on the cool side of that stationary front. And systems will ride along that front, so it is a little bit unsettled early next week. And then that'll move out, and that front lifts north, and we're looking at 50s Wednesday, 60s Thursday, and some rain chances. And then just beyond this 7-day forecast, which we're going to see as we fire up the weather models, some really, really warm conditions, 70s, if not 80 degrees, going into next weekend, maybe next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the long-range outlook through mid-March so far looks like it could stay on the warm side. And I will give a cheers to that, as I am a warm weather lover overall. I do like a couple good cold spells and a couple good winter storms, and then I'm back to warm weather Ben. All righty. Please don't use that word. We got some LOLs for the Marge Snow Mound. Thank you very much, Joseph. Okay, let's bring up the weather graphics here. Let me get rid of this and add this to the stage. I think we're starting to improve a little bit already with this look out there. Yeah, the clouds are starting to break apart. I'm seeing a little bit of blue sky here and there. Yes, indeed. Indiana getting in on some of that blue sky first. And let's bring up the weather models here. We're at 10:18, so we're right on time. There's that system moving off to the east. It is still a bit wet for you guys along and south of 64. So we see that rain still around Bardstown, over towards Lawrenceburg, Frankfort. But it's cruising quickly out of here, and things are looking quickly improving here for today. Okay, let's bring up the weather model futurecast here, the future radar. And I am going to bring up this is the NAM 3 kilometer, and it shows very quickly, again, this mess kind of moving off to the east and back to dry weather for today. We also have a cloud cover forecast. This is at 1 p.m. Notice the clouds are clearing more and more as we head through this afternoon. So there's at 3 p.m. Might stay a little bit cloudier east of I-65 in Kentucky, but a lot of us are going to see a lot of sunshine here for today. It looks like it'll be a pretty nice sunset as well. So there, a pretty peaceful afternoon. And again, we'll forget all about the little wintry mix we had this morning. It'll be, again, a distant memory here for us. And as we look ahead here to, I'm just backing some things up here. What should we look at next? So we're dry Friday, Saturday. Let's look at Saturday's temperatures. That should pop up with the NAM weather model. And we're going to go to Saturday, the 28th, the last day of February. Good riddance, February. It's not my favorite month, but It wasn't too bad for us. It was kind of peaceful. There you go. We got some 60s on the map here for Saturday. A little cooler north. Glad we're not in northern Indiana with my friend Matt Rutkin, who's a meteorologist up there. Hey, they got 30s. So the big temperature gradient Saturday over Indiana with a stationary front just to our north. So most of us here locally are going to be in the lower 60s. For our friends that watch from Indianapolis, it looks like some lower 50s Saturday. Actually, I'm taking a trip. I'll be heading back from Richmond, Indiana on Saturday, visiting our brand new grand niece. All right, that is Saturday. Looking good. Let's go. Let's see if this goes to Sunday. Yeah, this does go to Sunday. So what's happened here is the cool air has dropped back south, and now we're looking at chilly weather. This is Sunday afternoon, 30s and 40s. And look at northern Indiana in the 20s. And then all your warm stuff went down over the Gulf Coast states. So the chilly air is going to win for several days. I think Sunday through Tuesday. So a 3-day period where we're on the north side of this front and below normal with highs in the 40s for the most part. All right, now we got to talk about wintry mix potential. So I'm going to go here to Sunday evening. We are going to bring up the precipitation type. So we've got the stationary front around the region. There you go. There's the wonderful mix of colors on the color palette here out to our west. This is Sunday at 7 p.m. So a lot of our Sunday is looking dry. I'm going to go here to 10 p.m. We're going to go step this ahead kind of hour by hour. And then here is 4 a.m. Monday. And that shows some snow potential over the top of much of our area. Looks like light snow. And it also looks like we should stay right at or above freezing. So a little bit of a wintry mix right here Monday morning. And then that'll move out, it looks like, Monday afternoon. So areas maybe in north of the Bluegrass and Western Kentucky Parkways in Kentucky throughout southern Indiana, northern Kentucky could be dealing with that mix maybe of some snow and sleet if this solution pans out. I'm looking at this is the snow depth map for Monday morning. It's not showing much. There's some areas that are a little over an inch, but mostly I would say 2 inches or less. So maybe kind of some slushy stuff to deal with early Monday. Now, I will say the latest Euro, we'll kind of watch that as it comes in later today, but the latest one showed this a little farther north and just kind of a light coating as well. So there you go. A little bit of winter still in the tank here for us. That is our Monday. Now we go to our temperatures for Monday. Not very lovely. This is the wind chill Monday afternoon showing 20s and 30s. We're back to the warm coats for a little while, for a few days. But hey, if we got this little few day cold spell in our early March, we will be paid back by the end of the first week of March. Again, we're going to see some warm colors popping up on these maps here in just a second. Hey, Mary Dale, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Gary and Janet Hutchins, I found Marge's brother Marvin trying to figure out how to send it to you. Maybe Messenger. Ben at extolmag.com. You can email it to me. Boom, right here. Gary and Janet Hutchins. Ben at extolmag.com. Send me Marge's brother, and we'll put him on. We've also got her other brother, Merle at Meyer. I'm going to take a picture of. They're still out there. The mounds are still out there. Erica Risotto saying, good morning. I joined super late this morning. That's fine. We always got the recap here for you. Gina Hilton, this feels like the longest winter I can ever remember. It keeps dragging on. And it started kind of early. I'm with you because we had a big cold spell for a couple of weeks in December. And then it warmed up late December around Christmas week. And then we got slapped with January's harshness. February hasn't been too bad. So is March going to come in nasty? A little bit nasty. I would say a little bit nasty, Orlean, with that little wintry mix potential here in these chilly temperatures. Hey, but let's end it on a good note. And that means it's time for All right, we're going to go to the long-range outlook here for you. Let me back up the map. What you're going to look for if you want warmer spring-like weather is the yellow and orange. Anything in the pink up to the north is going to be freezing temperatures. So we're going to track the air masses. That's what we call it in the meteorological community, air masses. So here at 1025, February 26th, we're going to go to March the 3rd. So March the 3rd is Tuesday, and cool air is still over the top of us. I've got highs in the 40s Tuesday. All right, we go to Wednesday, the 4th of March. We're starting to see that orange line move north. For now, I've got us in the 50s, although there could be some areas south over parts of Kentucky that start to move into the 60s on Wednesday. Now we go to March 5th. March 5th, we're starting to warm up. This would be our Thursday. I've got us in the mid-60s. That's what we're seeing on the map. Much of the Hoosier State's warming up, all warm throughout the Commonwealth of Kentucky. There you go. It is the beginning of the biggest warm-up of 2026 so far. Get rid of that. Let's go to Friday the 6th. There we go. Solidly in the warmth around our region. It is now showing 70s on our map. So that would be the first 70s of the year. Got some 80s just down south. There we go. This is the beginning of possibly a long-lasting warm weather pattern. Let's go to Saturday, Tailspin L-Fest. Maybe you got some other plans. It looks like we're still on the warm side of things. It's showing 70s. Loving it. 60s and 70s around the region. We're on the warm side there. I think it goes even warmer as we go to the Sunday the 8th. We're getting more of that incoming solar radiation. Insolation is what we call it. As the sun angle gets higher in the sky, 70s over us, 80s just south, warm from east of the Rockies to the East Coast and all the way up to Lake Michigan. All right, and we go to Monday the 9th of March. That is showing upper 70s near 80 degrees, March 9th. Let's put it in the back of our head. We'll mark it down as a mental note. We'll see if this actually happens. Again, this is the Ben on a Limb segment. We're going a little bit far out in the forecast, past the 7-day forecast, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking this warm-up. Yes, we don't want early buds on the fruit plants and things like that. But as far as comfort, it's looking good. All right, Tuesday, March 10th. We are still very warm. Well into the 70s. Good looking golf weather right there. March 11th, I think that's a Wednesday, if I'm keeping track right. 70s. Could we have almost a full week of 70s? Is this going to be possible? Am I the Tuesday, March 12th? We're on the warm side, still in the 70s. We are getting way out here into March. Marching in on the warm side. And now we're to March 13th. It looks like some cool air tries to settle back in around that time period. And that's as far out as the GFS weather model goes, but we might be treated again to some warm temperatures. Again, as that front moves through and you have warm temperatures, there will likely be some rain from time to time. I'm just going to click back here and see if we see any kind of big storms or anything with the warm weather. There's a look at like a squall line there around March 12th, potentially. When you get warm weather way above normal, that can fuel some storms, but it looks like the fronts are far enough away from us that the active weather might stay out west, where there is that contrast in temperatures out towards Colorado and the Great Plains. Again, I'm not seeing very much active weather with our big warm pattern. So if we can be right in the middle of the bubble of warm air, it can be pretty quiet. But if you're on the edge of the bubble of warm air, that's a warm front or a cold front. That's where you're going to get the active weather and the showers and thunderstorms. So not only might we be warm for a long time, starting late next week, it might be the kind of warmth we can enjoy for a while without worrying about too much severe weather. So there you go. That has been the long range outlook. That has been all. And a division of the National Weather Service is the Climate Prediction Center. So we bring up their 6 to 10 day outlook here today. And that is a warm United States of America there. This shows that they have high confidence in above normal temperatures throughout most of the United States from coast to coast and border to border. That is the 6 to 10 day outlook. That's factoring in after early next week's chilly spell. And then we bring up the 8 to 14 day outlook, and it also has a big bullseye over our area. Usually this map will kind of fix itself. It's looking weird right now. Let me try to 8 to 14 day outlook, monthly outlook. Let me go back to the 8 to 14 day. All right, so this shows a bullseye of above normal temperatures over our area through the 2-week outlook. So we saw that all the way through about March 12th or so that we're looking pretty warm. So I'd say we go 60s, 70s, March 5th through that next week. So that second week of March. And not this weekend, but next weekend, we're looking at some nice warm conditions on the way. All right. So that little wintry mess that we had earlier this morning is starting to move out. I'm starting to see some blue sky between some of our low leftover clouds out there. Got a refresh here at extolmag.com/weather with 36 degrees. And thanks for subscribing. If you're watching here on our YouTube channel, EXTOL Media is where you can find us there on YouTube too. I'm going to do a forecast recap. One more moment of silence for Snowmound Marge. We've got Jeanette Pierce, good morning from Litchfield, Kentucky. Got some rain here. Looking forward to March, getting closer to spring. We're very close to it. How about the middle of March? So middle of March showed a little bit of a cool down. I think every March we get, it is just kind of a little bit roller coastery. So a cold start to March, early next week, very warm, late next week into the following week, and then maybe a cool spell mid-March. We'll see about that. Mary Dale, those March temperatures are exciting. Can hardly wait. I am with you there. It is looking fantastic. All right. Again, if you ever want to reach me, ben@extolmag.com is my email. There was my sleety yard this morning with a little bit of a coating there and a little bit of that coating on the ground. And then Sunday and into Monday, you can see the weather model maps here, the GFS and the European weather model showing this potential wintry mix here for us, greeting us Monday morning with maybe some light accumulations. We'll be fine-tuning that forecast. Your weather headlines here for your February 26th. Dry and lower 50s this afternoon. Sunshine is returning as we speak. Low 60s tomorrow, low to mid 60s Saturday. Wintry mix potential late Sunday and into Monday, then very warm late next week. Hey, come on out to Tailspin Ale Fest. Always good vibes, good moods out there, good brews, all the good stuff out there. I hear they have something special happening with the Red Bull team. They're crazy. That would be awesome. They've had wrestling out there, Ohio Valley Wrestling before. It's always a good time, good time there at Bowman Field. So come on out and you can learn more and get your passes, your tickets at tailspinalefest.com. That is Saturday, March 7th. It should be in the 70s. We're loving it. Oh, Erica's heading back south tomorrow for vacation, hoping to miss the snow month. Good for you. I'm jealous. It's been a while since we've had a vacation, a couple of years or almost a couple of years. St. Patrick's Parade, Saturday, March 14th. So the following weekend, I'll be judging the St. Patrick's Parade there in the Highlands around Baxter Avenue and Bardstown Road. And then a couple weekends after that, it's going to be Final Four of March Madness. It's also the benefit concert for Jessica's Journey Foundation.com. They're looking for sponsors too. They've got tables there. You're going to get food. You're going to get drinks. You're going to get good music and good vibes as well. And the Suburbans will be before the headliner there, Juicebox Heroes. Vicky Berger loving the warmer temperatures coming. Me too. So 10 days until the time change. We get those later sunsets. So that's not this weekend. Next weekend, we get those later sunsets approaching 8 p.m. Spring begins in 22 days. Thunder over Louisville in 51 days. Derby Day, 65 days. Thunder over Louisville. I'm looking forward to that especially because I've got a a golf trip I'm going on. I can't wait for that one. Our weather history for today, I'll have that slapped on Facebook at noon if you want to take a longer look at it, or you can watch the replay. We talk more about it. And then our stupid jokes of the day. I was going to start a diet, but I just have too much on my plate. I can relate. I saw a baguette in a cage at the zoo. I'm pretty sure it was bred in captivity. Someone broke into my house and stole all the fruit. I am peachless. Speechless, peachless. They're free, they're dumb. And here is our moment of silence for Snow Mound Marge on market from January 24th to February 25th. Survived by Marvin the Snow Mound that Janet and Gary Hutchins are going to send me. And then also her other brother, Merle at Meyer. And those snow mounds are still kicking. But Merle has passed on down the drain into the sewer system. Oh, we'll see you back next year, I guess. Hey, hopefully not again this year. All right. So here's the forecast today. Clearing and cool, 52 degrees, a quiet afternoon, north wind at around 5 to 10. And clear and chilly tonight, low of 35 degrees. Yeah, Eric, it was an entire month. That was the 23rd, 24th weekend. We got that snow and ice. And then Marge left us yesterday. Thank you very much, Vicky. Yeah, hey, you have a good afternoon, Orlean. I think a lot of us are actually kind of happy Marge went away. Here's the forecast for tomorrow. A fantastic Friday with sunshine and a high of 62 degrees. Sun up at 7:17, sunset at 6:34. So 10 degrees above normal tomorrow, and then we stay above normal with more 60s Saturday. There is a slight chance of a sprinkle late Saturday, but most of our weekend will be dry. Late Sunday into Monday morning, that rain, sleet, snow mix is possible. There might be some minor accumulations. I'll be updating you about that over the next couple of days. A little bit of rain shower activity Tuesday. Again, chilly 40s for 3 days in a row, and then we start to begin that warm-up. Really commences on Thursday with some showers at 60s, but then we should be well into the 70s. I think as the weather models have been really consistent with that, all of the weather models for late next week into the March 7th weekend. Again, those 70s are on the way. Hey, Lillian, you have a great day. RIP to winter coming soon, and RIP to Marge from Beverly Haggis. There we go. And as we start to finish up the show, I want to thank our partners here once again. The only way we can do it is with these guys right here. And you'll notice a lot of our partners and sponsors and advertisers are in the service industry. I like to think we provide a service here as well. And a lot of these people are folks that I know and can trust and like to mention and throw your way. So if you have any plumbing needs here in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, clearing the way one flush at a time, the plumber you want to call, bottom right-hand corner of their website, Clogbusters with a Z, plumbing.com, 859-762-1214. And Ivy Tech Community College here. Make sure your kiddos, if they're in high school, they are signed up for that dual credit. Get that free college credit if they can do so. You belong here if you're ready for a career change like I have had. I'm also going to add on real estate this year and become a realtor. So I'm going to be hustling and bustling this year, and you might be able to as well. They've got real estate programs. They've got nursing programs. They've got dozens of programs here, and they make it accessible and easy to sign up and register. And they've got career coaching for you too. All free for all that coaching if you want to get signed up for Tuesdays at the Tech. My friends here at Lyons Roofing, Lyons, family owned right here in Southern Indiana, but they got you covered on both sides of the river, protecting your most valuable asset for a lifetime. Get free quotes here online, lyonsroofingco.com. Call them 812-294-3595. Let Michael Long know that I sent you to him for a quote. If you're not, real happy with the relationship with your insurance agent or company, maybe get a second opinion here. 812-578-3072. Proud to be an American Star certified agency, excellence in customer experience, amfam.com, search Michael Long. We had Brad Weddington on our show yesterday with Wednesdays with Weddington. I posted that on YouTube and Facebook as well. And like his page, Wednesdays with Weddington, if you're ready to build your dream home, WeddingtonCustomHomes.com. Also, Grant Line Nursery and Garden Center, one of our new partners here. I'm excited for all the fun we're going to have showing off all that they have to offer in their 16 nurseries. And also, there's the camera up there. These are the pansies. They've got different colors ready to go for you. It is pansy planting season. They can handle the chilly weather. I would just bring them inside if you've got some freezing temperatures, but we're getting there. They also had a shipment of roses in this week, and they're going to be potting those roses tomorrow, I believe. So we might be getting some cameras and checking that out. So it's the run for the roses very soon there at Grantline Nursery. And of course, they've got a lot more services, landscaping services, if you ever want some more help with that. My mom's whole yard has been supplied by Grantline Nursery and Garden Center over the last 8 years. I can't believe she's been living there 8 years now. Also, our friends here at Libs Paving. And they just gave my mom a quote, actually, because she's got a gravel driveway. But they're the top asphalt paving contractor around. LIB, B as in Ben, S, paving.com. I mentioned them because they got a careers section. If you know somebody that needs an opportunity, send them their way. You can go right here and apply online at those available employment opportunities. And we're taking another live look outside at the clouds beginning to break apart a little bit, starting to see a little bit of that sunshine. Improving conditions as we go hour by hour throughout the day today. Looking very nice. That's been a big show here. We had an yes for the 70s from Sheila Milburn. Yes, indeed. I'm looking forward to that. You can see that behind me here on that. That's the weather model data late next week as we are in the warm sector. But roller coaster weather, I know that can kind of mess with the body, the immune system sometimes when we're just going up and down. Hopefully you guys are getting over any flu or sickness. We've had the flu run through our house. My wife got just a touch of it. It kind of nicked her a little bit. And then my son had the full-blown flu A. He also had strep. Of course, it goes through the school systems like crazy. My daughter had it a little bit. I didn't have it very much. Crossing the fingers here. But hopefully you guys are staying healthy out there. Jerry Keel, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day as well. I think that's been a show. Thanks for the like, the subscribe, the follow, the share, especially the subscribe on YouTube. You never know if we get severe weather or any impactful weather. It might not just be Ben at 10. I might be going on live at a different time of the day. Maybe it's in the evening time. Maybe it's overnight. We've got you covered with that as well. So again, thanks for being a part of the show here today. Enjoy the rest of today and the rest of this week. It looks beautiful. We'll be talking more tomorrow morning about the wintry mix potential for Sunday and into Monday, and more on the big spring-like warm-up late next week as well. Plenty to talk about again for our Friday show. It's almost the end of February here. All right, you guys have a good Thursday. Happy Friday Eve, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.